In this video, I'll share with you 3 techniques that you can use to deliver bad news. At some point, we're all faced with a situation where we have to present bad news, whether it be to clients, to shareholders, or to the management that we report through to. How you present that information can go a long way to determining whether or not you keep your job or whether you're out looking for new employment. The first technique is the spin technique. Now, the spin technique is what you'll see politicians apply in pretty much every presentation that they're asked to deliver. The way the technique works is, firstly, if you're going to use the spin technique, you need to understand all of the facts around the topic that you're presenting. So you need to gather up and understand as many statistics as possible. Secondly, you need to pick an argument that you can use in your presentation that justifies why the bad results have happened, and use the statistics that you've gathered to support that position. So you're going to find, as you're gathering up statistics, there'll be some statistics that will support you and some that won't. Ignore the ones that won't support your position and focus in and hone in on those statistics that will help you build an argument. As you deliver this technique, you've got to appear intellectual, appear well-versed and well-educated on the subject. So you need, again, to have those statistics at hand when you're standing there and weave them into your presentation. Make sure that they support your position. You need to deliver this with high energy and enthusiasm. Present at least an illusion of good news. Even though you're delivering bad news, present it in a way which your energy will convey some positivity to your audience. If you can do that, it will help soften the blow. A word of warning with this technique. Inevitably, someone in your audience is going to pick up on the fact that you're only presenting one half of an argument. In other words, you're only presenting statistics and facts which will support your position. You need to be prepared for that so that in the question and answer session, you can fend off those questions. You've got an ability to roll with the punches. So think about how you might handle that situation before you deliver the presentation. If you can get through that Q&A session well, it will help you, it'll boost your credibility, and hopefully it'll save your job, save your position for when you have to stand there and deliver the bad news, that people will maybe just accept it that little bit easier than what they might have done before. The compare and minimize strategy is our second technique. In this technique, what you need to do is, first of all, find some reference points that you can leverage in your presentation. What do I mean? Well, let's take the example that company profits maybe have dropped by 20%. If you can find statistics and find references that show that maybe the market overall has dropped 25%, you've got the reference point there to say, well, look, while our profits have dropped 20%, the market's dropped 25%, so maybe we're actually better off by 5% than a lot of other competitors. Find references and statistics like that that will help give you a comparison point that will soften the blow of the bad news. After that, list all the good things that have been done and that have occurred during the period. Build up a sense of positivity to show that it's not all bad news. And finally, now is the time to focus on the future. Acknowledge the bad results, show the good things that have been done, and now turn your audience's attention to the future. Share with them your future plans, what's going to happen over the coming period, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. What is it that you're doing that's going to, again, return profitability back to the levels that it once was, to return a project back to its in a more positive manner? What is it you're doing? Share that with your audience. You'll leave them with a sense of hope and a sense of inspiration moving forward. That's the beauty and the power of the compare and minimize technique. The third technique is the sandwich method. In this sandwich method, we're going to sandwich the bad news with positive news. So firstly, identify some positive things that have happened during the period and explain and elaborate on those. After going through some of the positive things, then Take a few moments to present the bad news. Share the bad information. Don't lie, don't distort it, state it for what it is. But then move back onto some more positive news. What positive things have happened? And again, similar to the compare and minimize technique, after that, the trick is to then move forward. Say, okay, what's happening moving forward? What are you going to be doing? What the changes are going to be made to rectify the bad situation? So again, it's about positive, negative, finishing positive. What's crucial in this technique is to make sure that you avoid finger pointing. Don't apportion blame to any individual. Accept it as a team, accept it as a company, and say, we don't want it to happen. We don't want it to ever happen again. We're making the changes. That's the key here. So don't apportion any finger pointing. Don't directly apportion blame to anybody. The 3 techniques shared here in this video will help you in that most uncomfortable situation where you have to present bad news. Hopefully it's not something you have to borrow and leverage too often, but when the time comes, you can now, with the techniques shared here, deliver bad news that will get the message across, but soften the blow that will help you retain respectability and professionalism in your organisation. If you need to improve your public speaking skills, no matter your situation, whether it be delivering bad news, good news, or any other event where you're expected to stand up in front of an audience and deliver a speech or presentation, check out the Public Speaking Skills University. There, you'll find coaching videos, training courses that will help you no matter your circumstance. Follow the link below, and I will see you at the university.